Governor Gavin Newsom says he wants to pull the California National Guard off the southern border with Mexico so that it can crack down on unlicensed cannabis growers and retailers across our state.
And more cities and neighborhoods are raising stronger concerns about the approval of marijuana home deliveries. Joining us with more details, legalized cannabis consultant Sonia Luna. Good morning. She is the founder and CEO of the Los Angeles-based accounting firm Aviva Spectrum, specializing in control and compliance. Good to have you. So,
thanks for having me.
How pervasive is the unlicensed cannabis business that Governor Newsom wants to redeploy National Guardsmen because of it?
Yeah, it's a big problem. I mean, Gavin Newsom has over 700 million reasons. That's the shortfall of the tax revenue that we were expected to get in the state. We only collected about 340 some odd million in tax revenue, so he has a lot of incentive because we had a budgetary problem. Number two, the licensed businesses have a big problem because they're competing, in the black market. There's been recent studies, New Frontier has some data, and some other sources have other data that about 70% of the sales are actually black market sales.
So wait a minute, these are the legal retailers who are participating in the black market?
No, these are black market sales that are being predicted that are taken away from legal market. Yeah.
Let's talk about the home delivery side. What are the new regulations on home delivery?
So there's some counties, like our neighbor in Kern County, they're considered a dry county. They don't want any retail sales whatsoever. But Lori Ajax heads up the Department for Cannabis Control for the state, and she got a lot of input from stakeholders and citizens that if a medical patient needed cannabis, how are they going to get it, right? So she approved a bill that would allow state delivery, cannabis delivery in those counties like Kern County. But there are certain rules and regulations, and they're pretty tight. So it's not like they're going to be going in there every single day, but they will be able to deliver in those dry counties.
I see.
And who is opposing the home delivery in dry counties? And then what is the potential reach and revenue of a home delivery?
So the home delivery, the opposition is mainly law enforcement, right? They don't know who's coming in, what kind of products are there, what's the value of it. In terms of the revenue, delivery, we are going to see a big increase in terms of the revenue. Right now, out of the retail sales, you're looking at 10 to 20% of total retail sales are on delivery. But if you think about congestion in terms of San Francisco, LA markets, et cetera, a lot of cities are moving towards delivery rather than retail shops. Yeah.
You say several lawmakers are introducing tax and banking legislation to make legal cannabis more business-friendly in California. What does that mean?
Right, so there's three hot topics right now that people are discussing. There's two assembly bills. One of the assembly bills is trying to address the net income tax in the state of California. Right now, just to kind of put it in layman's terms, if you're a retailer, a cannabis retailer, and you have net income, you look at your tax that you're paying to the state, you're looking at a rate about 40%. Other businesses have something between 20 to 25% taxes that they're paying to the state. At the federal level, it's a much bigger percentage as well. It can get up to 60% in terms of the effective federal tax rate. So that bill is trying to get cannabis business to write off the regular normal business expenses for the state. The other assembly bill is trying to help with banking legislation, trying to come up with a state-wide banking solution because it is federally illegal. The federal government controls our banking system, so if we just had something for the state, that would allow banking to happen for the cannabis business.
Because it's still an all-cash business, right?
Yes, there are some credit unions and financial institutions that are secretly banking the industry, so there's approximately about 400 of them. FinCEN is a department within the U.S. Treasury, and they have a keyword search, and whenever somebody applies for a banking account and you're honest and you say you're a cannabis business, they notice that there are some credit unions and financial institutions banking with the industry, but there are over 12,000 financial institutions and credit unions, so 400 of them is really, it's not even 1% of the banking population that is banking with the industry right now.
Okay, once again, Sonia Luna is the founder and CEO of the accounting firm of Aviva Spectrum and specializing in what you see there, legal cannabis control and compliance. Thank you so much, Sonia.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Preparing your accounting records causes stress, the #1 killer for business owners. Aviva Spectrum takes away accounting stress. Email us today at info@ avivaspectrum.com and receive a stress-free accounting diagnostic.